This is Nightbird Tarot. I'm here to do your daily collective message for December 18th, 2025. So let's take a look at what the energy is like for the collective, all signs, all placements for Thursday, December 18th, 2025, or when you find this message is when you're meant to receive it. So let's call in spirit. Let's take a look at what the vibe is for the day, and then we will pull some tarot cards to get an overall message. Hope that you're all doing well. Again, today is Thursday, December 18th, 2025, but when you find this message, it's when you're meant to receive the message. I will go back and clarify the cards, so make sure that you're listening to the message all the way through so that you don't miss out on anything. This is a general reading. Some of it may resonate, some of it may not. Some of it, all of it may. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels, guides, ancestors, what's the most important message for the collective? All signs, all placements, December 18th, 2025, or when my viewers are viewing this message. What is the vibe today, please, Spirit? We have healing, self-care, introspection, and meditation. One more, please, Spirit. We have love affair, dirty little secret, sex fix, and down low. Okay, a little better energy today, so that's good. I think you're in a space of healing as you're in the process of letting go what no longer serves you, or you already have. You have let go, and now you're in this healing phase as we're moving into the year of the horse of 2026. You may be open-minded to having a connection as well. As you are healing yourself, you're realizing that you're opening yourself up to new love as well. So let's take a look at what the tarot have to say, and we'll get an overall message. You could be having just a love affair with yourself, honestly, as you're healing, is what Spirit is saying here. There's a lot of self-love here as you're healing, doing self-care, having introspection, doing meditation work. Angels, guides, ancestors, most important message for the collective. All signs, all placements. December 18th, 2025, or when my viewers are viewing this message, please. Okay. Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Cups in the reverse position. Okay. In the shadow, for what you don't see, is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position. I feel like there's unfinished business. Perhaps that's what the healing is for. Needing to heal. Because you've been stuck in this karmic cycle. So there's unfinished business. You need to completely heal in order to move forward so that you don't make the same mistakes again. I think the meditation work and the introspection is helping you to see that this is an old karmic cycle that you've been going through. Having a resistance to change, or not welcoming the change to come in. Spirit is saying this is a time of healing, self-care, introspection. I feel like this is really about self-love. And in order for you to stop the karmic cycle and have this introspection, this self-care, self-love time, this is going to lead you to a love affair if that is what you're wanting. Having a secret love affair, having newness in love. But I really feel like this is about self-love and self-care because you've been stuck in a karmic cycle, repeating the same patterns over and over again. And when you stop repeating the same patterns, it's going to lead you to more self-love and love for other people and better relationships. The Queen of Cups here is all about compassion, warmth, caring, intuition, healing, supportive, empathy. This could be your energy. You're a compassionate, warm person. You could be a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Doesn't have to be. But I feel like this is all about that self-care. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. This is your legacy. You were supposed to go through the things that you have gone through in order to learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn in this lifetime. And until you learn them, you're going to keep repeating the cycle, is what the Wheel of Fortune is telling me in the shadow. This is your legacy. This could be tied to family. It could be tied to your financial. It could be tied to your roots. It is your destiny, what you're going through at this time. You have awakened. You have gone through some type of awakening spiritually. You've gained more spiritual wisdom through this situation. And you learned what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy with the Nine of Cups here. You realize that you're no longer going to be repeating the pattern of being unhappy or disappointed, perhaps within a love relationship. Dealing with somebody that's ungrateful, somebody that disappoints you, somebody that's arrogant, somebody that's lazy, that doesn't have any achievements in their lives. You continue to have unfinished business because of this karmic cycle. You keep picking the same type of person, place, thing, etc., because you're not learning the lesson. And in order to move this karmic cycle to where the Wheel of Fortune is moved in the other direction, where it's moving in your favor, you must stop this karmic wheel by healing, by having self-care, introspection, in order to have the love that you would desire in your life. I feel like this is more of a love reading, but it doesn't have to be. Let's clarify. Please clarify the Queen of Cups, please, Spirit. Please clarify the Queen of Cups. So we do have the Five of Pentacles here. Better health is here. I feel like you're taking care of yourself. Self-care, introspection, meditation. You went through a phase where you were not feeling well, where you really weren't taking care of yourself. You weren't using your intuition. You did not have support. You needed healing. I think Spirit is really coming in to heal you so that you feel better over your health, having more hope return to your life, overcoming the obstacles that you've had to face, and recovering from any financial loss that you might have had to go through. Please clarify the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this Queen of Cups is more spirit that is here to support you. Please clarify the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles here. There's abundance ready for you. This is your destiny. You may have gone through some hardship and financial situation, but the Spirit says your destiny is to be in a luxury lifestyle, that your self-worth is more important than anything that you keep repeating in a karmic cycle. This may not be a financial, tangible thing, but this is your self-worth. Your soul deserves the abundant luxury that it deserves. It is your human right to this luxury and self-worth, for success, achievements, rewards. And I feel like Spirit is coming in with compassion and healing for you, because you deserve better. You deserve better financially. You deserve better karmically. You deserve better spiritually. But you have to see that your self-worth deserves this. You deserve this. And I think that, I recently heard a podcast where it said that you have to take responsibility for what has happened in your life. And that's a hard one to take. Things happen, but you have to take responsibility. And you're like, well, how can I take responsibility for somebody dying in my life? Or how can I take responsibility for what they did to me when I didn't do anything? It goes back to you choosing this life. You mirror what your life is. Whatever you think is what you project. You must take responsibility for the way your life has gone. You've been stuck in this karmic cycle over and over so that you learn the lesson. Spirit here is guiding you to tell you that you deserve better, to help heal and support you, telling you that you deserve riches in life. Your self-worth needs to be elevated in order for you to achieve the love that you deserve in your life. You have recently spiritually awakened. You've gained wisdom spiritually. Well, please clarify the Hierophant. But here's the Death card. You have been resistant to change. You have been stuck. Spirit is saying you're stuck in this karmic cycle of healing from love affair after love affair after love affair after love affair, picking the same person over and over and over again, doing the same thing over and over again, not realizing your self-worth, repeating these negative patterns over and over again. Realizing that, you have been spiritual, you've gained spiritual wisdom, but yet you keep going back to the same karmic cycle. You've gained the wisdom that whatever you imagine is what your life is, whatever you project, whatever you manifest is what comes through, but yet you're still in the mentality that this is happening to you, not for you. So you're stuck in that karmic cycle. Please clarify the Nine of Cups, please, Spirit. Please clarify the Nine of Cups. So your unhappiness stems from you being generous with others. Your generosity has caused you financial insecurity, reckless behavior, overspending perhaps, because you've been disappointed. You're trying to fulfill yourself by buying materialistic things because of your unhappiness, your negative indulgences. There could be even addiction here as well because of your unhappiness. Spirit is calling for healing, self-introspection, meditation. You're in a karmic cycle that keeps repeating. I feel like it has something to do with love. Love relationships that you keep repeating over and over again. What is the advice here, please, Spirit? What is the advice? Self-discipline. Self-discipline. We have the Chariot here in the reverse position. Having more self-discipline to know when you're repeating a cycle. Keeping your eyes open. This is slow-moving energy of you moving away from this type of wheel to getting that changed, because you've had an inability to change, even though you've gained the spiritual wisdom and how to change your life. Please clear, what else do we need to know? What is the advice? Okay. A lot of self-sabotage that you're doing here. There's a disconnect. There's an unhappy home family unit here. You felt imprisoned within this. You have a lot of negative thoughts. Spirit is saying that you've got to stop the negative thoughts. There's got to be self-discipline here when it comes to your negative thoughts. You're not powerless in your situation. You've had you keep going through this. Family trouble, broken relationships, unhappy home, separation, disharmony, misalignment with people that you may be romantically involved with. It is a karmic cycle that you have continued to do over and over again. You maybe have been married more than one time because you keep repeating the cycle. One more, please. What is the advice? Standing your ground, putting up your boundaries. With the Seven of Wands, you need to do that. That is your advice. Standing your ground, defending yourself, standing your position, be perseverant in what it is that you want. Protect yourself, put up your boundaries, protect your territory, because you keep giving in to somebody that or people that are not right for you in love. You've had a lot of lack of self-discipline when it comes to your boundaries. You also need to heal. You've got to take some time for self-care, introspection, meditation, perhaps before you find love again. And you need to realize that you've gained the spiritual wisdom, but you've been resistant to knowing how that works. You're in that traditional space where you've grown spiritually, realizing that whatever it is that you think, do, speak, it is what is going to happen. You create the environment for which you live. You know that because you've gained that spiritual wisdom. But you've been resistant to it by not manifesting what it is that you want in your life. Let's take a look at what the universe has to say to finish up your reading. A message from the universe, please, Spirit, to finish up the reading, please. Angels, guides, ancestors, message from the universe. For my viewers, please. December 18th, 2025. Okay. It says, just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean that it will never happen. Divine timing is at play. Be patient and trust the process. I have an overall feeling for some of you that you may have ended a relationship or a love affair or something that was on the down low. And you're wanting to jump back into something quickly. But Spirit is saying don't do that. Just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Divine timing is at play. And I feel like Spirit is telling you that you need to do some healing. You need to do some self-introspection because you keep repeating the same patterns over and over again. You need to choose differently. You need to set boundaries. You need to choose you, is what Spirit is saying to me. So that's the message I have for you for today. I hope that you have a wonderful day today. Please be kind and compassionate to one another, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.